Hello, everyone. It's Teresa Lawrence, President and Executive Director of the Trueness Project. Honestly, I don't even know if we're live, but we're going to have a lot of fun because I really don't know what's going on. Yesterday was an awesome day. I'll share that in a second. And today is a different day. Today, I woke up and I opened my phone, and lovely, beautiful people were sending me messages. Was your Instagram hacked? And it just so happens that I wake up around 3 a.m., sometimes even earlier. So the hacking had just taken place. It had 16 minutes of hacking. There was a hacking, as in a prancing at my chamber door. Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven. There was a rapping, as in a tapping at my chamber door. Highly recommend that poem. Highly recommend Edgar Allan Poe. He was an observer of life and a lover of books. And look, I've got redness on my teeth. Live TV. I don't know if we're live, but this is what's happening. So anyway, I got all of these messages saying, has your Instagram been hacked? Has your Facebook been hacked? And in fact, it was hacked. Oh, look, I see that we're only live on YouTube. So this is going to be fun. I'm just going to share the truth. And so from 3 a.m. until now, which is 11 a.m., we've been sorting out the hacking. We've gotten Instagram and Facebook back. LinkedIn has been lost. But the one thing I've learned is that you can lose anything and everything. And now I bring Emmanuel back up to say, what are the two things you cannot ever be taken away from you? Do you remember what they are? Co-host Emmanuel Sananka? If you have everything
Yes.
taken from you, what are the two things that you have left? Yeah,
um
he's going blank. He's my star pupil.
the-
What do we always?
I don't know if I still really remember, but one thing I know is what you have learned or what you know is one thing that will never be
Okay,
taken away
snaps
from
for
you.
you. Your education, number one, and what's number two?
Um, Number two is
Okay, go ahead.
your character.
Well, that's close.
Number
It's
two
the
is
power of
who
your
you
mind.
are.
It's the power of your mind,
Yes,
which is,
the
your
power of your
character.
mind. Yeah,
Yes, your character is part of that. But anyway, we have to work. We have to go back to mentoring my star people. But anyway, this
yeah,
morning was absolutely interesting. And now I'm going to move Emmanuel off so I can share with you the process because we're going to go back to choice points and decision. And then I'm going to bring my star people back to discuss Ray Dalio and decisions. So let me remove Emmanuel. Um, okay, so this morning, while all of that is happening and all these beautiful people are sending me these very inappropriate things that are on my Instagram, and I started shaking, and I felt victimy, and then I stopped and I connected to source and I meditated and I said, my Instagram is not me, my Facebook page is not me, my LinkedIn page is not me. I started going all forces public because I'm on a mission to change the world, and I want you all to know how much I love you and that I am going to change the world, one butterfly at a time. But that was a choice point, and then it just happened. The team got together and we started working, and we got Instagram back and we got Facebook back. And so far, no luck with LinkedIn, but we're hopeful that we'll get that back. And if we don't, we don't. And that's how we roll. We flutter on. We spent 2 years building a kick-ass LinkedIn and a kick-ass uh, social media platform. But we'll recover from this and we'll move on. And life will move on. And I will still get to change the world. And I will have fun doing it. And one of my great pleasures in life is spending time with my co host, Emmanuel Sananka. So I'm going to bring him on to share his experience. And then I'm going to start asking you questions, and you will all go silent when you say, holy cannoli, she interrogates people. All right, I'm getting off to let you have the floor. Please share latest updates from Kenya, and then I'll share more updates afterwards when we discuss decisions.
Okay, thank you so much. And as it has been said, my name is Emmanuel Sananka from Kenya, and it's always my pleasure to be on this Thursday StreamYard or live webinar where we give our updates on the progress of the butterfly gathering that will be on 28th of June. And here in Kenya, we are really prepared. I have my team or the committee I have constituted that is helping me to plan for a day come to 28th of June. That is back at Masai Mara. Then again, we have make it kind of a very attractive session, kind of, because it was we have thought of football, that is a tournament for the youth, and as well have the mentorship that will attract both even the girls in place, and as well we have other activities that will the cultural activities that will bring the women, the Maasai Morans and women in place, so that we have things, and then all of us will be dressed as butterflies during the process as all of us are gathered. So far the plans are okay, and I'm so grateful that Teresa has been very supportive in this, and she has been guiding us all through. And we expect for a very good time there. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, we do. We're awesome. We're going to have a spectacular time in Kenya, a spectacular time here in Jackson. My report for Jackson is that the Flutter continues to grow. Each day, more people join us, and we have a new sponsor, Royal Bell Investments, and this is the part I wanted to share. They have also promised funding for our next book shipment to the Kenyan Library. And that is huge because it takes a lot of faith to believe in somebody's vision. And I want to thank Jeff Bell for believing in mine. I do believe in the power of the mind and the power of education. And my goal is to really empower the next generation of leaders to lead with authenticity. And you can't lead with authenticity if you don't know who you are. And a true leader knows how to handle money. So there's a financial fitness piece in all of this. But that happened yesterday, and I'm deeply grateful for that. Um, and then in Jackson, we have um, our butterfly pavilion coming in. I just confirmed that. We have our fire pit ready at the Spring Creek Ranch for our fire ceremony. And in fact, Ukwala may or may not show up. He's very busy. He's traveling all over the place. But if he does, I'm going to have him share his, his goings and doings in the world, because he really is quite a magical character, and he'll be in Jackson for the event. The other thing I wanted to say, oh, do I have it here? Do I have it? Did I put it in here? Please tell me I did. 1 second. We have breaking news, don't we? Yes, we do. We have breaking news. We have breaking Flutterverse news. So I was in New York, and Emmanuel, this is really cool. Really, really, really cool. I was in New York, and there is a woman, and her Instagram is called Supergirl Reject, and she sits on it with an old timey typewriter, and she creates poems for people as they pass. You can ask her, and it's donation based, and so I asked her to create a poem about butterflies, and this is the poem. It goes up slowly. Um, and it was the coolest thing watching her. Oh, we've gone fuzzy. I don't know why we've gone fuzzy, but we have. Can we not go fuzzy? Okay, well, you'll have to believe that I'm here. It's much like everything that I do. You have to have faith. My screen just went, ooh. But anyway, this was written for the Trueness Project. Butterflies, eternal loveliness, floats through the hemisphere, sometimes in the form of love, other times in the form of beauty. Colors cascade and mark this heart with the memory. Human fingertips touch butterfly hands, and happiness is created. Love resulted. So we go through the world wishing and wanting the love that floated around us to begin with. Dance your wishes away. You have all you need here. And the message of the poem is that we have everything that we need inside of us. We don't need anything external, and it's beautiful. Okay, so with that, I bring Emmanuel back, and let's see if his screen is not fuzzy. Let's add him to the screen. Wasn't that the coolest thing? Okay, are you there? Yes.
Yes,
Say,
yours is still fuzzy, but
oh, we're back.
oh yeah, now yeah, you're back.
You're magic. Look at you.
Yeah. Um, I'm so much happy about the whatever she's written about the butterfly and the Trueness Project, and I really thank the universe and God for what we are getting each and every other time. And I see a very good and great future that we are going to impact and change as many lives as we can.
Yeah.
And because we are butterfly and we are flying all over uh, the world.
Okay, and so today our topic was decisions. So I talked about this morning and the choice point I had, victimy, because sometimes you can't help it. Maybe some people do. They're like, oh, this happened. Let's move on. Do do do. I
Mhm.
I I I'm not at that point yet. I'm at a point where I get to reflect back and say, okay, this happened. I get to mourn it, and then I get to give thanks to the divine for the experience to say, what are we learning here? I've learned a great deal from this morning. Perhaps we're going to be so huge, Emmanuel, that LinkedIn can't handle us. We're going to be so huge, and our wings are just going to fly us into the stratosphere that LinkedIn will not be able to provide the platform we need. Maybe we'll just do that. But I wanted to talk about choice points and how people make decisions. And this morning, there were a lot of things that happened to me. And honestly, you can have all the information in the world. It is my belief, honestly, that people buy things and people do things based on emotions. Now, theoretically, we should be doing things, making choices objectively based on all of the information we have. But sometimes you're in relationships with different people, and even though they're not the best choice for you, emotionally, they're the best choice. And so now I bring back Emmanuel, and I want you to discuss Ray Dalio's, technique, or what he talks about how you should make decisions. And I'll guide you along if you don't remember, but I think you remember. You're muted.
Okay, thank you so much, Ray Dalio. The Ray Dalio book, The Principle, has been a very, very challenging and very difficult book to understand, especially when it talks about the stock markets and other world economy. And I've been trying to read as many times as I can so I can be able to understand. So, about the decision making process from the book, it has really helped me as a person, and I've been writing some notes. And so today, when you told me that we are going to talk about decision making process by Ray Dalio, I was happy because I know I have written some notes on the same, and
Okay, then I'm
so.
going to give you the screen. I'm getting off. Let's hear it, Emmanuel. Ray Dalio on decision making. Let's do this.
Okay, Ray Dalio is a is an author who has been doing a lot in regards to stock markets, and he has been a trader all over the world, and has been even advising different economies. And from his book, that is on decision making, he say that one of the things you should do is embrace reality and deal with it. So always know where you are, know who you are, and always face the current and know who are you. So face the current problems and head on. And again, every problem is an opportunity to improve. That is what Ray Dalio believes, because he say that from my notes, the notes that because I had this one quote that he say that truth, more precisely, an accurate understanding of reality is the essential is essential foundation for any good outcome. Then, in that regard, Reidel also say that use radical truth and radical transparency. Then he meant that be honest with yourself and others. Then, when you're honest with yourself and others, and you are able to make decisions based on clear, honest, and objective assessments. So, in this regard, transparency in decision making builds trust and accountability that is in you, and as well other. Whenever you're making decision, you have to understand that people are wired differently, so that you cannot only see yourself, you also have to consider other people and their feelings and whatever they believe. So in this I can there's this part he was discussing about the 5-step process to get what you want out of life, that is in making decisions, and one of them is having clear goals. So is a person, you should have clear goals, write them down, and then you break them into weekly goals, that is in regards to achieving the greater goals that you want to achieve in 1 year, in 5 years, and or even in 10 years. So when you have these clear goals and then you break them down, number two is that you have to identify and tolerate problem and don't tolerate problems. uh, so because problems can stagnate you, they can cause a lot of harm, and it will even distract you from the main goal. And number three in the five making process is to diagnose problems to get at their root causes. Then again, you have to design plans to eliminate the problems. Then number five is push through to completion. Then, because great decisions come from following this kind of loops consistently, and that's what Ray Dalio believes. So, and as I complete is that
As
make
you did that
decisions.
beautifully, you're back to being top student. Was that not phenomenal, people?
Another, yeah. So as I finish, is that make decision based on second and third order consequences. That is what Ray Dalio says, that don't just consider short term wins, evaluate long term impacts, because he says that short term the more painful the short terms said short term goals are always painful, but they might be good at the end when you stick at them. That is when going to, by there I subscribed to a gym last week, and I have been
Yes,
so
snaps.
consistent.
I have to interrupt. Okay, I'm the oldest of all these people. I am the only one that exercises. I'm so happy right now.
And let me tell you, the experience has not been easy, because I've been waking up at 4:30 a.m. Kenya time,
Yes, more
and
snaps. He's going to my schedule. It's the excellent
so
schedule.
because I'm a Christian, I pray for 30 minutes, then I do devotion, I do my affirmations, I read my goals, then from 5 a.m. to 6, that is 1 hour, I go for gymming, that is exercise. And let me, after 3 days, it was difficult for me to wake up. I was my biceps. I had a lot of muscle pull. And then here again. Then I remember there was a night I didn't sleep because of the pain, or due to exercising, and almost it's so painful. So it is now a week, and it seems my body is now adjusting to be used to it. And
to
that is one
truly
of the
get
things
growth.
that I said, that is one of the decisions I made, and I said I have to stick by it, even if it is
Yes, you have
painful
to
at the
stick to
moment.
it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Oh,
Yeah.
I am so pleased right now. If I could be in Kenya, I would hug you right now. Yes, that might be
Thank you.
inappropriate, but it's not. They hug over there. They don't hug here, but in Kenya, they hug all the time. So proud. I think that we all do better when we take care of our bodies, and exercising is a good way to to let stuff out. Um, and that's what we did in Nepal. We just walked and moved, and we connected with the divine, and it was beautiful. Um, so, Emmanuel, that was beautiful and a perfect example of how decisions should truly be made, in my opinion and Ray Dalio's opinion. Now, there are people who don't subscribe to that, um, and um, and I have to be honest with our viewers. Okay, we love Ray Dalio, but he does come off as a bit of a control freak, don't you think? Everything gets measured. So let's say you didn't serve the tea properly and you worked for him. Perhaps you would be called into a meeting. So why did you spill the tea? Because everybody is involved. And I do agree that everybody should be involved, but there are some things that perhaps we could skip. But that's just a criticism. But in terms of the book and the outcome and the process, I'm all in. I love the whole circle that we go through, because his steps of being truthful with yourself and living in reality, that is clear. I mean, I'm going to loop back to this morning. Like, the reality is my socials got hacked. I can't get away from that and go, ooh, it happened. So what did I learn from it? Who was responsible? Ultimately, I am. And so we learn and we grow and we move on. And that's the wonderful thing about leadership training and self development. We always get to keep learning. Um, what else did I want? I wanted to share one more thing. So we have goodness happening with our books. Emmanuel is awesome. He rose to the occasion once more. Next week we're going to try to have Ukwala and Kat Kuliko on. Kat was the one who brought the miniature horses with the monarch wings to the butterfly event, and she's doing that again this year. And she hosts a summit, and she's going to tell us about all the beautiful things that she does. Her children also went skiing in butterfly outfits, and I think I posted those videos. But that was really fun. And coming up this week is a lot of work here in Jackson on the butterfly event. I actually have to count all of the outfits and make sure we have enough. Um, and I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in Kenya with getting this stuff together. And we've had a call from the Kibera slums. They're planning something beautiful. Um, and of course, I got the call and I said, no, 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 Emmanuel's in charge. I am not responsible for this one, for those decisions. And so that is beautiful. So, Emmanuel, do you have any last words for our audience? Because this is a short update, because we could not get a hold of Ukwala and lots is happening. I think Emmanuel can't hear me, or he's gone. So I'm going to remove him. Okay, goodbye, Emmanuel. See, live. These things happen. Um, so that's all I wanted to share. Life happens and we move on, because my life is going to mean something, and I am going to transform the world. And I am not my LinkedIn. I am not my Instagram. I am not my Facebook. I am Teresa Lawrence, and I am a gift of the divine on this earth. And it is my privilege to uplift others, because I am here to shine God's light on all of you and on myself. Peace out. I love you. Goodbye. Okay.